Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to start a new series where I'll be showing you Mikhail Tal's game with his trainer Alexander Koblenz, analyzing every single move. Actually, I'm reading a book. This book is called Study Chess with Mikhail Tal, and this book is not written for to learn but to observe every single move and their function. Actually, this book was a diary written by Alexander Koblenz, the trainer of Mikhail Tal. So today I'm going to show you the first game. I'm going to give you every single detail so that if you don't have this book, you don't have to buy this. I'm going to read every single line explaining everything that is written in the book. So the first game is named as the Uncastled King, a Pawn Cocktail. Alexander Koblenz writes, I have no need to discover America. Good old Columbus has already done so. Just as America is well known, so nowadays is the basic principle of opening strategy that one should develop one's pieces so quickly as possible and make it maximally difficult for one's opponent to do the same. As well known as America, and yet even grandmasters often ignore this fundamental chess truth, or they seem to forget it in the heat of battle. How can this phenomenon be explained? One thinks, oh well, I'll snap it up and let my opponent bear the onus of justifying the sacrifice. When there are no visible concrete threats and the future seems to be nebulous, which is unclear, the offer is hardly accepted. After all, a pawn is a pawn. With this theme in mind, we shall begin our quest. So in the introductory section, Koblenz is saying that the principle of chess is to develop your pieces and to create obstruction for your opponent to do the same. So this is the first game. Let's begin. This game was played in 1964 Interzonal tournament, Amsterdam. This game is played between Mikhail Tal versus Tringov, and the variation that is used is King's Fianchetto defense. So it starts with e4, g6, d4, bishop to g7, knight to c3, d6, knight f3, c6. It's the Pirc defense so far now. Bishop to g5, queen to b6. Here Alexander Koblenz writes that here in this position, instead of playing queen to b6, black could have also played knight to f6, and this would transform to a variation of the Pirc defense known as Ufimtsev defense. And with the text move, White wants to capitalize immediately upon the absence of White's queen's bishop and to attack the unprotected b pawn, like queen b6 is attacking the b2 pawn. Mikhail Tal completely ignores this threat and plays queen to d2. Queen takes b2, rook to b1, queen a3, bishop c4, queen a5. No doubt intending to prepare e5 and to protect d8 square after the possible opening of the d file. Mikhail Tal castles e6. Now, Alexander Koblenz, the trainer of Mikhail Tal, comments that this move e6 is a loss of time. Mikhail Tal develops the rook to e1, a6, bishop to f4, e5. Alexander Koblenz writes, this is already the decisive mistake. Now the position will be opened up, which is usually to the advantage of the better developed side. Now we can see that Mikhail Tal is fully developed. His queen is developed, his knights are developed, his bishops are developed, his rooks are developed, but black's queen side pieces are in a beauty sleep, right? So it's good for Mikhail Tal. So Mikhail Tal is opening the position, and this queen to d6 move. Mikhail Tal's trainer Alexander Koblenz is commenting a tremendous move. The queen is particularly devastating on this square, and white now threatens the decisive rook e to d1. Queen takes c3. Desperation. Yet to try to dislodge white's powerful queen with queen to d8 does not work because of bishop takes f7. It means that Alexander Koblenz is trying to say, instead of capturing the knight, if black plays queen to d8, then white would capture the pawn on f7, and the king cannot capture the bishop because he's losing the queen. So queen takes c3 was a desperation. But if what happens if e takes f4, if the e pawn takes the bishop, then would have knight to d5, excellent move. And if e takes d5, if c takes d5, e takes d5 check, knight e7, queen takes e7 checkmate. So that is why queen takes c3, rook e to d1. The comment is, whilst black's queenside pieces are still enjoying their beauty sleep, the white forces are involved in vigorous activity. A chastening example of what happens when development is neglected. Knight to d7, bishop takes f7, check. This sacrifice makes it possible for the knight to come into the attack with a gain of tempo. The interplay which follows between queen and knight is particularly dangerous as these two pieces. So king takes f7, knight g5 check, king to e8, queen to e6 check, and in this position Tringov resigned the game. Why? Because suppose knight to e7 is played, the only saving move, knight to e7, then queen to f7 check. If king goes to d8, then knight to e6 is a very beautiful checkmate. And after After knight e7, after knight e7, if sorry, after queen e6 check, if king goes to d8, then knight f7 check, king to c7, and queen to d6 is a very beautiful checkmate. So this was the first game of the series. I hope that you enjoyed, and you learn one important thing is that in the game of chess, it's about piece activity. The more quickly you develop your pieces to optimal squares and you prevent your opponent to do the same, then most probably you are going to win. There is no other secret. The secret is this: develop your pieces to optimal squares and the game is yours. Thank you. Hope to see you next time very soon. Thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy chess.